Tiffany and this is my channel, Who's Your Handmaid. Thank you so much for stopping by today. In today's video, it's another edition of #Friday Sews. If that sounds interesting to you, stick around. As always, thank you so much to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for starting #Friday Sews and allowing all of us other sewers to jump on board with the hashtag and spend Friday talking about what we've been sewing, what we hope to sew, and a little bit about life in between. It is such a fun hashtag. Thank you so much to everyone for stopping by today. Thank you for joining me. It is so good to have you. If you are new here, welcome. If you like this kind of content, please do consider subscribing. I would love to get to know you better and welcome you into this community. And thank you so much to all of my friends who are watching today. It means so very much. Give this video a thumbs up. Those really do help. And comment down below. Tell me what you are working on this weekend, what you've accomplished in your sewing room this week, or if you just want to chat, I would love to chat with you. It is so good to just sit down for a second and chat with you guys. So I have been a little bit under the weather this week, but I've actually finished quite a few things, and I thought that I would go through those and maybe give you a review of what I'm wearing and what I've made for Addie. This is the new Styla and Little Lizard King Reine pattern. Their free pattern that they've made available in the last couple of weeks. It is an amazing pattern and I thought I would go over that with you guys. But first I need to tell you that I did indeed finish the birthday surprise project. Yay! I finished that a week ahead of schedule. Look at me go. And it turned out so beautifully. So it is a hacked Davenport dress, a Friday Pattern Company Davenport dress, and I'm not going to show that yet again today because it is a birthday present that I haven't given yet. I'm going to give it Friday night, so tonight I'm going to give that to the recipient, and next weekend hopefully I can show you some pictures of it. So it is hacked. I made several different changes and sizes within this pattern. I hacked the flutter that's on the shoulder cap a little bit, so I do want to go over that with you guys, but I just can't show it quite yet. So maybe next weekend I will have some pictures to show you. It'll just be an insert to next Friday Sews. I was just really elated to get that project done and that it turned out so beautifully. And then I turned my attention to this wonderful new pattern from Little Lizard King and Styla. So if you've never bought any patterns with them or made any patterns with them, Little Lizard King and Styla are sister companies. They are owned by the same company, but one of them, Little Lizard King, is for children's patterns and the other, Styla, is for women's patterns, and they have a few accessories like bags, 3 or 4 bag patterns maybe. So they are an amazing company. I've used so many of their patterns for Addie June, my little 2-year-old. Amazing company with amazing instructions. You will love their company. And they have given a free pattern. The name of the pattern is Reine, R-E-I-N-E, Reine, and it is completely free. And there is a version for children and a version for adults. So I'm gonna show you the children's version here. I just have a black and white printout. So that is what it looks like. That is the Little Lizard King Reine. It comes in sizes 12 months to 14 years. That's a huge size range, you guys, for a completely free pattern. And then the Styla Reine, another black and white picture. Sorry about that, guys. I only print in black and white. So that is the Styla Reine right there, and it comes in sizes 0 to 32. Absolutely amazing, so size inclusive, and 100% free. What could be better? So I knew that I had to get this pattern. I love sweaters. I love anything that resembles a sweater. So I knew that I needed to pick this pattern up, and it's free. So what was I to lose? Off the Styla pattern and the Little Lizard King pattern, and I ended up making a size 24 for myself. Now my measurements put me into the 22. kind of in between 22 and 24, and I decided to size up based on what I was seeing in the Styla Facebook group, and then my good friend Michelle from Australia. Hello Michelle, if you're watching. Met her through this YouTube channel, such an amazing person. She helped me, gave me a little tip that the children's pattern was coming up slightly small in certain kinds of fabrics. So that gave me a really good clue to size up. So for Addie and myself, I have sized up. I was kind of in the middle, like I said, between a 22 and a 24, and I decided to go 24, and it is absolutely amazing. It is so comfortable, so amazing. So I have, I don't know if you can hear that in the background, the babies. The hubby and the baby are playing in the background, so you can hear her squealing. So I wanted to show you the pattern pieces for this amazing pattern. There are 6 pattern pieces, but let me tell you right now, you can get this pattern, you can get this whole garment made in such a small amount of fabric. So I have made a size 24, a Styla Reine sweater for myself, and then I have made a size 3 matching, mommy and me matching Reine for my daughter, all out of, you might want to sit down for this, 2 yards of fabric. A size 24 shirt for myself and a size 3 for Addie, all out of 2 yards of fabric. You heard it right here. An amazing pattern. Cannot believe that. It just uses such a small amount of fabric, even though the arm pieces, which I'm getting ready to show you, are very strangely, they look strange, they're strangely shaped, but it is an amazing, it's just amazing how little amount of fabric that it uses. So here is that arm piece. It is shaped again, so I'm showing you Addie's small little pattern pieces, but these look the same for the Styla women's pattern as well. They're just bigger, obviously. So this is Addie's little pattern. You can see how this is the arm, and then here's the neck, and then this right here is the piece where you gather. So they give you really clear notches, so you would gather in between these. That works out so well, and then you attach them. And then here is your bodice pieces. So here's your front. Look how tiny that is. Made it with the scraps from this one, you guys. I made it this one first, and then Addie's was entirely made out of scraps from 2 yards of fabric. So tiny. Here's your back bodice, super cute. Here is your cuff, so your wrist cuff, sleeve cuff is what they call it. And then here is the hem band, really small, neat piece, but looks so cute on the shirt. And then here's your neckband, and I do use neckbands, you guys. I have only been bitten by one neckband piece in all of my sewing with knits, and that was from a Big 4 pattern. So so I use the neckband pieces from most of my indie patterns, and they work out really, really nice. So this is again the Styla Reine. So you have your gathers here at the sleeves, and then I used a rib knit for the neckband, and I bought this rib knit from Millie Mae Fabrics. I have 4 yards of this fabric, and it matched this cheetah leopard print really well. So I went ahead and just took off the small amount that I needed for the neckbands for this, but I cuffed it in the same fabric, and then I have a waistband cuff. I'm going to put up some pictures because it is just so darling, so cute. Addie and I together in these little outfits. I made this from a really kind of strange fabric from Hobby Lobby. This is the fabric. This is like a scrap that I have left. It's very kind of thin. It's really kind of thin for a sweater knit, but I think it really is a sweater knit because on the back, while it mimics French terry with a textured back, I just don't think that it is an actual French terry. It's pretty flimsy. So I'm just going to call it a sweater knit, but it really did sew up really well. Because it was so kind of thin, I went ahead and used the zigzag stitch on my sewing machine, my normal sewing machine, to do all the seams, and then I overlocked, I serged them after I had sewn them together. Overlocked, what a very fancy term that I've used there. So yeah, this pattern, I cannot wait to sew it again. I know that there is some more sweater knit up here in my stash that is just waiting to become a Reine because it only needs 2 yards of fabric. So next time for myself, I have wrote down a couple things that next time that I will do. Because I have a pretty full bust, I think that I will lengthen the front next time by a 1/2 inch or an inch, try to play around with that measurement a little bit. I find that the front kind of rides up a little bit. I think by just lengthening the front by an inch or so, it will solve that problem. It's really not noticeable. I kind of tuck the front in anyway. I tucked it into my jean skirt, and then I've actually wore this to work this week as well with my Love Notion Sybil skirt, so it looks really, really nice in a more dressy kind of way as well. And I tucked in the front. It was just, it's a really versatile piece. This shirt can be used for any number of occasions and outfits. Highly recommend it, you guys. The pattern is wonderful. The instructions are phenomenal. Takes you no time at all to sew. You could use your serger for the entire thing. Like I said, I used my sewing machine, my zigzag stitch, because I thought this fabric was kind of thin, but highly recommend the Styla and Little Lizard King Reine. It is such a great pattern, so please do go give it a look. 100% free. What could you have to lose? So because I was so focused on my Reine patterns, I did not start my Stanton hoodie yet. So that is what I'm going to be working on this coming weekend. I hope to get those rows taped together and then start tracing off my patterns. According to the size calculator, I need to grade a lot on this Stanton hoodie. The size calculator from Cashmerette. I've never made any Cashmerette patterns before, so if you have any tips for Cashmerette patterns and using that size calculator and grading, I would greatly appreciate any wisdom you have to pass on to me, because I'm a little bit nervous about it. Also, need to be thinking about Addie's Valentine's dress. I just like to make her a cute little Valentine's themed dress every year, and I have some amazing fabric my dear friend Kathy sent to me, so I want to get that pattern going. I think I'm just gonna make the Sweetie Pie dress from Ellie and Mac. It is a tried and true for me. I love that pattern for Addie. Easy, fast, can do it on my serger, and whips up really quickly, so I love that pattern. So I think I'll try to make that this weekend as well. Life has been a little crazy this week. Work has been really crazy and busy. I had trainings this week at work, and trainings always make the week more rushed and crazy. And then I've been feeling a little bit under the weather. And then our house, oh my goodness, you guys, we have a house. So I'm going to insert some pictures, maybe some footage, we'll see, here at the end of what our house looks like. It looks like an actual house now from the outside. So they have walled it all in now and done all the trusses and all the floor and everything like that. So it's really exciting. Our dream is taking shape, and thank you so much to everyone who watched my little clip last week of the tour of my house. You guys are so sweet to take an interest in this with me and really care about about what's going on in my life, and I really do appreciate that, you guys. It really shows me the level of friendship that I have gained here on my YouTube channel, and I really do appreciate that. So I have been really remiss in answering Jen's questions. I can't believe I keep forgetting to look on the Facebook page for the questions. So this week was a question about what do you love about sewing, and I have talked about that a lot on my channel. The love of sewing is just so important to me. It's so important in my life right now. Sewing is a more than a hobby. I can't even call it a hobby really anymore, because it's more of a way of life for me. So last week I missed the question about sewing machines. I really hate that I missed that question for last week, so I'm gonna go back to that question if that's okay. And the question had something to do with, if you could have a dream machine, what would it be? And I just need to tell you guys that I already have. I already have my dream machine. So let me take you a little bit closer and let's just look at her together, okay? So this is my Baby Lock Crescendo machine. She is an amazing machine. I bought her, it's probably going to be 2 years in June that I bought her. They were having a clearance sale. They're actually retiring. They retired the Crescendo and they've probably just renamed it, but she is an amazing machine. I love her so much. She has a computerized screen over here, lots of stitches, everything that I could ever want. Some things that were so important to me were automatic needle up and down, and then automatic thread cutting, automatic back stitching. All kinds of automatic things were really important to me. And then also this top loading bobbin. Let me see if I can show you there. So there is my top loading bobbin. Really important to me. I had my mom's Bernina for a little bit. Not that I'm hating on Berninas or anything, but their front loading bobbin is just not for me. Not for me. So I love my Baby Lock Crescendo. She is amazing. She can wind a bobbin at the same time as you can. You can just keep sewing and wind a bobbin at the same time. She has every single feature that I could ever want. And she even has a laser. Can you guys see the laser? Right there. Kind of hard to see. Makes it really nice when you're trying to do some half square triangles and stay on the line. So just an amazing machine. So yeah, that's my baby. I love her so much. She's an amazing machine. I am so blessed to have her. I saved all my pennies, you guys. Pennies. We're going into a little jar to be saved for that beauty right there, and I am just over the moon with her. And she does work for her for her keep. She really does. She works very hard for me, and she really is an amazing machine. I love her. She's my baby. Okay, I'm gonna hopefully insert some pictures there at the end of our house project. Comment down below. Tell me what you're doing this weekend. What are you working on? I would love to chat with you. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. We have a house. This is the view from the road. It's beautiful. Doesn't exactly look beautiful yet, but it does to us.